And now, Starliner Media presents Music Night at the Majestic's Holiday Extravaganza with your host, Michael Boswell.
All right, time for yet another episode of Music Night at the Majestic's Holiday Extravaganza. Joining us now, Gray DeLisle. Gray, welcome to the show.
Hi there, Michael. Merry Christmas, happy holidays,
everybody.
everybody.
And the same to you. You know, since we are a music-focused show, and you have a new recording of "Oh Holy Night," why don't you tell us about that?
Oh my goodness. Well, yes, I recorded my favorite Christmas song, "Oh Holy Night," and we put strings on it. And I haven't done a new record, and probably I haven't written any new songs. Well, since I had my 13-year-old, so that was been 13 years. But this past week, since this song's been released, I've been writing. I think I've written like 8 songs in a week. So I'm putting out another record this coming year of all those songs. But yeah, it's been wonderful. It's been getting lots of radio play, and it's a dear song to my heart, and lots of wonderful people on it. So yeah.
I'll tell you what, people will be able to watch the video for it. Yeah, as soon as this episode posts. So I guarantee you they're going to enjoy it. Now, you say that's your favorite Christmas song.
Yeah.
What's some of your others?
Oh my goodness. I love John Lennon, So This Is Christmas. I love, oh gosh, I really love that Joni Mitchell, It's Coming on Christmas, they're cutting down trees. Wish I Had a River. Is that what it's called? Wish I Had a River. I love
Yes.
that one. I know it's not technically a Christmas song, but that one.
Well, Die Hard's not
that one
technically a
on.
Christmas movie, but I consider it one anyway. So.
Yes. I always put on George Winston December around like Thanksgiving time, and that's sort of like our theme around the house. Yeah, so I do cartoon voices during the day, so music is like my side gig, but but I'm always trying to we've been doing all kinds of Christmas specials for cartoons right now, so my head's in the cartoon world, but it's nice to come back to the music.
Why don't you tell everybody some of the cartoons that you do voice work for?
Oh my good. Well, was Vicky the babysitter on Fairly Odd Parents? And Jeepers, I play Daphne Blake on Scooby-Doo, and Lola Loud on The Loud House, and Emily Elizabeth on Clifford the Big Red Dog, and I play Star's Mother Moon on Star vs. the Forces of Evil, and all kinds of things. I play Maz Kanata on Star Wars, where's my Wookiee? All kinds of things. 20 years. Yeah.
Have you done any Christmas animation voiceover stuff?
Oh, I did this really terrible Christmas thing called Rap City Christmas thing that it comes back to bite me every year. People go, "Oh my gosh, I saw this thing on YouTube." It's just terrible. It was so bad. We recorded it in this garage, and the director, he was like an on-camera director, so he wasn't used to directing people for voiceover. So he came into the booth with me, which I'm not used to, right up to my microphone, and he was going, "Okay, and action," and he would just point like in my face, like, and it was really terrible. But I've done other. I've been in lots of movies, and I do Betsy on Curious George, and Curious George has done a lot of Christmas things and holiday things. And I've been showing my kids things that I've been in. Well, there's a lot of Scooby holiday things, and then there's I played Gliss, the winter fairy in The Secret of the Wings. It was like one of those Tinkerbell series. There's like a whole series of Tinkerbell movies, but I played Gliss, the fairy who wanted an acorn, And I was in Onward right before the shutdown. I got to see myself in like an actual big movie. That Onward, that Pixar movie. I played the little pink, the biker fairy who kind of talks a little bit like this. What'd you call me? I mean, it was so exciting. And so we got to see it in the theater. And then right after that was like the last movie I've seen in a theater in a year. So I'm looking forward to getting back into the movie theater when we get a vaccine.
Well, Onward's one of my son's favorite movies. So we went to go see it in the theaters. So he's going to be very excited when he watches this.
Oh yes, I love your son. How old is your son?
He'll actually is about to turn 14.
Oh my goodness. Okay, well, there's a reissued show that I started getting all these cameos. You know that app Cameo where you can make a message for people?
Yes.
Well, I mean, I would get like 1 or 2 a week, and it was like, oh, it was nice, like grocery money or whatever. But one day I was just like, oh my gosh, I had like 14. I was like, what? And it turns out they reissued this show I do called Avatar: The Last Airbender, and
Mhm.
I play Azula, the mean sister on that show. So I've been making lots of holiday cameos for people where I banish them for Christmas or for Hanukkah or whatever else. Get out of here. Yeah, it's been fun.
Oh, that's great. Well, tell you what, getting back to the music,
Yes.
what did you have like a Christmas playlist that have on your phone or the car or listen around the house?
Well, yes, I put on well, I mean, I feel bad because nowadays everybody just goes to Spotify and puts on something like that. My Kay Hanley, who was in a band called Letters to Cleo, last year did a cover of the Kinks' Father Christmas, and I've been listening to her version of that just because she's a friend and a coworker, and I love her, and she's so talented. And but oh gosh, well, there's the George Winston December. There's we love the Chipmunks, which I know it's like cheesy, but my kids, I'm a single mother with 3 kids. My youngest is 3, and I have a 6-year-old and a 13-year-old. So we've been, since there's nothing to do, we drive around looking at Christmas lights, and we play the Chipmunks and Bing Crosby. And I wanted to do a cover of I'll Be Home for Christmas with my brother this year because I was like, it's such a poignant and prescient song for right
Right.
now because everybody wants to be with their family, but they probably can't be. And I think that was written about World War II, right? I'll be home for
Correct.
Christmas, if only in my dreams. So I just thought like it was a little bit more appropriate for this year. But my brother and I were trying to figure out the chords last night, and I was like, I don't think that's on my auto harp. I don't think I have that chord. And he's trying to figure it out. It, Stay tuned. It may come out, but we don't know.
That's great.
On Bandcamp or
Now,
something.
the that you mentioned the Chipmunks. Yeah, that song is now 62 years old.
Oh my gosh, it just seems, I don't know. For me, the Chipmunks is the 80s. That's where I really got into the Chipmunks. I don't know, maybe because I was a little kid, but wow, I had no idea. I remember visiting this incredible mansion in Montecito with my friend once, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, this place is incredible. What do these people do?" And he's like, "The guy is the guy, the chipmunk guy. He's the one." And really, it's just him and his wife and like a few friends, and they just like put a little filter on their voices, and that's it. They just
Yeah,
put
Ross Bagdasarian.
amazing. They
So
have a beautiful house.
there's money in them Chipmunks.
Yes, I know. My gosh.
Well, tell you what, you mentioned, having children.
Yes.
What's a Christmas memory from your childhood?
Oh my gosh. I was raised by my grandmother, my little Mexican grandmother, and she couldn't keep a secret. She was just the worst secret keeper. And we hardly had any money, but I wanted a stereo, a turntable. So it's very appropriate for the music episode of your show. I wanted a turntable and so she scraped together every little bit of money and she would pay on it at Kmart. There was layaway at Kmart and you could like look at your stuff through the thing, but she would make me go to another part of the store. I think I was like 11 and she would go and pay on it. And so I had no idea what I was getting. And then we made it all the way we ate our little, it's funny because my grandma was a terrible cook. She could make Mexican food, but she tried to make like American food and it was always terrible, but I loved it. She would wrap tortillas up in wrap Spam in tortillas. That's what we had for our holiday meal, Spam with tortillas. Anyway, we were going to go to Christmas mass and she goes, "Hey, wait, let's do our gift exchange now." And I was like, "Okay, great." And she said, I was about to open up my present. So I was like, seconds away from being actually surprised for the first time in my life because grandma was such a bad secret keeper. And I started opening it up and she's like, "I wanted to get you a down pillow, but they were so expensive. They were almost as much as your stereo." Oh, it's like, and I was like literally opening the paper and I was like, "Oh, so is it a stereo?" It's like, "Yeah, sorry." Yeah, but it was good. And then we went to mass and I'm pretty sure they played "Oh Holy Night" at mass because that was a big Christmas favorite at Christmas mass for us. We would always go to the midnight mass. So
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
tell me this, as an adult,
My
favorite Christmas memory?
Oh my goodness. I had such a dysfunctional childhood after, my my mom had a real jerky husband for a while. And he hated Christmas, so he ruined a lot of mine. But gosh, as an adult, I've gotten healthier. I just love surprising my children with things. Honestly, last year, them helping me put the star on the top, it was so cute. Now this year we couldn't find the star, and that was a big memory for them. They were like, "Hey, where's the star? Remember last year when we put the star on?" And I made a little advent calendar this year. Even though with this lockdown, and I know it's just tragic, and I know the world's in such a terrible place right now, but because I've been home and working from home, my kids have had so many sweet memories all in this year, like teaching them all my baking recipes, teaching them how to make homemade pie crust, and I make chicken and dumplings, and I taught them how to make the dumplings and how to drop them in. And there's been a lot of, usually I travel a lot for work doing comic book conventions or music things, or I do comedy, so I do stand up and I would travel for that, and it was just always gone. I was home, but I did travel quite a bit too. But this Christmas has been very different because we're just together so much, and we go look at lights about 3 times a week. Thank God for the neighbors who are putting up lights. I think people are going over and above right now because they know that everybody's just stuck.
There definitely seems to be a lot more house lighting than there normally is.
Yes, I even went a little overboard, and I was doing it all by myself, trying to string it up by myself. But we made this little Santa advent calendar where I put all the days all the way up until 24 on his beard, and every day we put a cotton ball on his beard. I just got a little idea off my mom group, so it's not like I'm like a maven about thinking up these great things. But they have just really every day they're like, "Mommy, can we put a cotton ball on the Santa Claus beard?" And we do Coco and Christmas movies at night, and we do our little light drives. And so I have to say that just the combination of just being locked down with my babies has been really, made this Christmas even more special. And I'm more grateful too for our health. And my brother is living with us now because he lost his job and he had to move in with us. But it has been, my brother and I were, we loved each other, but we weren't super duper close. And now we've started a little offshoot band called the Dress Ups, and we've been putting out little things, little raising money for charity on Bandcamp and stuff. And so that's something we never would have done had this not all happened. So this has been a real big Christmas for family for me. And that's been wonderful.
Well, sometimes something good can come out of not so good situations.
Yeah, we're trying to focus on the positive things.
Absolutely. Well, tell you what, Gray, do you have any closing Christmas greetings for the viewers?
Well, I hope you all just value each other, stay safe, and just comfort. And you know what? Eat whatever you want. Because I was trying to watch it for a while, and then I was like, you know what? I'm going to find out when we get to go outside again, I'm going to find out when that is, and then I'll just plan accordingly. But right now, I'm just going to comfort myself however I can. So
there you go.
I recommend you too.
All right, great. I'll tell you what, thank you so much for joining us here on our holiday extravaganza.
It was so fun. I appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Bye.
If you enjoyed Music Night at the Majestic's Holiday Extravaganza, follow us on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and at musicnight.net. Music Night at the Majestic is a copyright production of Starliner Media. Any use of this program, its audio, or visual images without the express written consent of Starliner Media is prohibited.